Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are currently down here in Clarks Hill for the first Bassmaster Open of the season. Today was actually supposed to be day one, but we got canceled due to freezing temps and icy roads, and really was not safe today or yesterday. So we're delayed one day, but I thought I'd put together this video before my season officially kicks off tomorrow, and that is for my 2025 tournament goals. Last year I set 5 early on and kind of went through them pretty quick. They were pretty attainable goals. I was just able to achieve them a lot quicker than I had originally anticipated. So mid-season last year, I added a few more goals. And so there were 3 remaining that I did not achieve last year. Those will be a part of these 5 goals that I'm gonna give you guys today, as well as adding 2 more. Of course, there are many different goals and many different things I can achieve this year while I'm fishing a few local circuits, the Bass Nation qualifiers, as well as the Bassmaster Opens, which is my main focus for this year in Division 1. So let's just get started here. So the first one, I added this one last year, was to catch a 20-pound bag. Last year, my 3 biggest bags, I had 2 a little over 19 pounds and 1 at 18 pounds. So it was pretty close to topping 20 pounds last year, but I'm still looking for that big 20-pound bag this year. So I should be going to plenty of fisheries where that's attainable. The Clarks Hill right here it's attainable to get 20 pounds. So there should be plenty of opportunities for me this year to achieve that one. The second one that I had from last year that I didn't achieve was hardware. And really what that kind of means for me is just winning a tournament where you actually get some sort of a plaque or a trophy. And those are more of your elevated events, right? Opens, qualifiers, and then on the local circuits, that's really your CalSag and Big Lake division tournaments, where it's a little bit elevated in comparison to just more of your really local clubs where you actually get a plaque or a trophy. So that could be for big bass, that could be for a win. I don't have anything to hang on the walls right now, so I would love to be able to take something home in the form of hardware. The third goal that I did not achieve last year was Angler of the Year. That could be in any of the clubs that I'm fishing this year, whether it's Cast Nation. I won't be able to fish enough of the CalSag or the Big Lake ones to really be in contention. So for this one, Angler of the Year is really going to pertain mostly to Cast Nation. Last year, I finished second in Angler of the Year standings behind Jose. He had a phenomenal season last year, and I really slipped up bad at Geneva and Delvin. That kind of cost me a contention for that. So that's going to be one of my goals this year, is to be Angler of the Year, Cast Nation Club. 2 new ones, and definitely the biggest goals that I'm going to be mostly focused on this year is going to be the Bass Nation Championship qualification. And that would be finishing in the top 20 of any of the qualifiers. Right now, I'm planning on fishing Pickwick Lake in March for the first qualifier. And if you guys have been watching the channel or following my fishing journey last year, you'll know that I finished 21st place at La Crosse in the qualifier last year and missed the national championship cut by 2 ounces. So I have revenge and redemption on my mind for that one. And so getting in the top 20 in any of those qualifiers and being able to go back to La Crosse for the national championship this year, that is going to be one of my goals. That's going to be something I'm going to be very focused on achieving for this year. And finally, probably the most lofty and biggest goal, and this pertains specifically to the Opens, is to cash a check. And what that really means in the standings is finishing in the top 45. Currently our division right now is 156 anglers. So, finishing in the top 45 and cashing a check. Of course, the major overarching goal, is to make the top 50 and move on to the EQ series. But honestly, I needed to set a singular goal. Obviously, that's a goal as well, but just to focus on one event would be just to cash a check, make a top 45. And so really for me, in terms of this season, obviously achieving all 5 would be a major success for me. But, I think getting at least 3 out of 5 can make this year really be successful in my mind. Of course, last year I fished tournaments every single weekend. This year I'm scaling a little bit back and trying to focus on being more competitive. Of course, still learning and growing, and that was the main point of last year. But this year I'm trying to emphasize a little bit more on the competing side and being competitive. So those are my 2025 goals. Another video that you'll be seeing coming out at some point, I forgot to shoot it before I came down here to Clarks Hill, is going to be my 2025 preseason bait power rankings. I have those written down. I just didn't get a chance while prepping to come down here to put that video together, and I didn't have all the baits with me on my person for the video. That being said, I can already give you a little look ahead that that preseason video that'll be coming out after Clark's Hill. But I can definitely tell you there are some baits that are playing for me right now down here that are not in that top 5 preseason ranking. So there'll be some shakeup later down the road. But I'm going to keep those 5 true because they are supposed to be preseason baits before I even touch the water this year. So you'll be seeing that video coming out, as well as my coverage of my first Bassmaster Open down here at Clark's Hill. So thank you all for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next one.